Scorsese was pretty coked out in the 70s. That was that's a good observation. I mean, I watched After Hours. I've seen some weird shit by Scorsese.
That's
I think he
with
used to be a
the
little
guy
weirder.
from American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, that guy. It's funny, that guy, I'll learn his name and then forget it like the moment I learn it. He's that kind of actor. I want to say Michael
He's
something.
in some good movies. I mean, those two alone.
Yeah, definitely. American Werewolf in London, he's like really good too.
It's sort of like that Kazali guy who I think he was only nominated for like 3 Oscars and he won all 3 of them for supporting stuff. The guy from Dog Day Afternoon.
His name is Griffin Dunn.
I forget his name. It's like Fred Kazali or some shit.
Yeah. That dude's name is Griffin Dunn, and I'll never remember that. I don't know. There's something about it. That's hard to remember. Still, it's funny how he seems like a good actor. I'm surprised he doesn't like do like little things here or there. I could see him doing something good.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like from watching older movies, there would always be like these character actors that would be in like every single fucking thing. Like in the 70s.
I mean, I'm looking at his. He is in things. I guess he's in a lot of stuff. I guess it just doesn't like come across like he is. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't stand out like he used to. Could be that. He looks a little bit more regular now. I don't know. He kind of stood out at that time. Kind of fit then. Oh yeah, so the Oscars are out, the nominations, the Razzies are out, even more important. And I saw the Oscar nominations this morning on the way to work. I saw Jack Quaid announce them.
Jack Quaid?
Yeah. Jack Quaid.
That's Dennis Quaid's son?
Yeah, the Boys guy, the kid from the Boys.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't find that out until after seeing the whole first season.
Yeah, he's a legacy
the whole
actor.
time why this fucking guy was the lead.
Yeah, he's a legacy actor, legacy child actor there.
Yeah, that Starlight shit is pretty depressing. Like people online are just so sad about how hard she fucked her face up, and they're all just posting like, you know, rest in
Bring
peace.
back your old face.
I remember how good looking used to be, all this stuff. It's like, I think at a certain point she turned the comments off.
I mean, she was fucking really good. I kind of.
No, it's fucked up. It's definitely some kind of like mental stuff going on there, where it's like body dysmorphia or something. You know?
Yeah, I feel like it has to be.
It's tied sort of to like bulimia or anorexia, but instead of losing weight, it's more just your like, you know, just obsessing over like every single physical appearance you have or in every angle or something, you know, because she chiseled off like 30% of her face. So there's definitely a reason why. It's not by accident.
And you know, like every time, and now that I'm looking at her, like, you know, hacked up face, this is sort of how I feel here. It's like I opened the Ark of the Covenant.
Well, that's how her face must have felt right after the surgery was done. I would imagine she went into it thinking the results would be different than that.
Yeah. No, I'm sure.
You gotta think about it, like, enough of these surgeries get done. Sometimes maybe they're just like botched and done poorly, and you end up getting fucked. Like I know Mickey Rourke had a boxing career and stuff, but he also had some horrific, crazy plastic surgery stuff.
Oh yeah, he's gonna blame it on the boxing stuff. Yeah, no.
Point where like you don't even remember what he was like as a person anymore. He's just like turned into something completely different.
Yeah. Oh well. I don't know if I said it, but the Razzies are out, and this is pretty cool news.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Voy Kurag.
Gotta clap for that.
Gotta clap for it. Gotta clap for it.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Amazing. Whoa. Very cool.
Wow.
I like the burger there at the end.
Yeah, they got some big ass figurines. Some of those are like 3-4 feet.
I kind of missed the Nerd Crew. I always thought that was a really funny bit that they could have continued.
Well, instead they just do those reviews of like Picard and say how great it is.
Oh no, that was good. But they also now they've been doing trivia, which I don't know. I think it's kind of fun though. I kind of like their trivia. Do a lot of it though. I think what is it? The fucking third Star Trek one that they just did for trivia. I mean, I think they just don't care. It's just what they want to do now at this point, you know.
Jennifer Lopez plays some like mercenary.
I guess so. This movie I did not know. Yeah, the Razzie nominations are in, and Christopher Evans, I think, or is it Chris? I don't know. I thought it was Christopher Evans. I don't know. Christopher Evans, whatever is gayer, right? Probably Christopher. Christopher Evans.
Christopher Eccleston.
Oh, maybe because Eccleston. I like Eccleston, and I heard he's in the new True Detective season. Banging
so he got accused of copping a feel while filming a sex scene, which to me, if you're filming a sex scene, aren't you supposed to be copping a feel? Like, isn't that part of the role? And
well, that's what Jodie Foster. That sex. She's probably joking.
Wasn't he a Doctor Who?
Oh, he says an A-list. He's saying someone did to him. He's saying Jodie Foster did that to him. That's what he's essentially saying. Because he has his sex scenes are with Jodie Foster. He's saying an A-lister copped a feel of him. Yeah, but yeah. Shazam 2, Ant-Man 3 tied with 4 nods. You know, so we're gonna talk about Oscar snubs, but I think there's some Razzie snubs. I think the Marvels, it got snubbed. Like the Marvels is worse than a lot of these movies. Like some of these things in here, I didn't think were that
afraid to. I feel like they're afraid to attack that stuff because the backlash and that community following it are just something you don't want to deal with. You know,
I think they got. I think
they don't want to bring that level of shit on.
I think there's a chance they got bought off. I think there's a chance Disney like paid some shit here.
Yeah, you know they're buying and selling reviews, like fake reviews, because whenever you get like a bunch of real reviews they don't like, they get removed or shut down or some weird shit happens. But all the fake bullshit you're probably not aware of is it's sort of like these Instagram companies that say like you're like a Instagram model or some shit, you hire them and they like pay for your following boosting and they know how to like post your stuff certain ways to get more interaction, all kinds of shit like that.
Yeah, and I mean I saw some of these, or at least clips. I mean a good bit of it, Shazam 2 and a good bit of Ant-Man 3, and they're better than the Marvels. It's not even close. Not even close. Let's see what they said here. Oh yeah, The Expendables. It was nominated for a bunch of stuff. I've only heard really bad stuff about that one.
The Expendables, that's got to be what, like their 6th movie?
I think it's the 4th one because they got a 4. Okay. They got a 4 in the word. They made up a word for the title there. Expend for bliss, I guess. But
they feel a lot like the Fast and Furious franchise.
I felt like the Charlie Day movie, Fools something. I forget. I've even forgot the name of his movie. I thought that kind of got a little snubbed here. That was one of the worst things I've seen. When I think about
I don't know if it's really garnering enough attention to be recognized.
Yeah, but the Pooh, Blood, and Honey, like I don't get why that is.
These things are probably off their radar because of how limited the actual attention it got was.
Yeah, and I think like the Pooh, Blood, and Honey one is a little cheap just because it's like, dude, that's a fucking shitty indie horror movie. Like they're all bad. You know, like I like go after fucking like, the Marvels.
Tubi level.
Yeah, that's why it's like why. I mean, there's probably like 100 Tubi movies,
channel stuff, and that level of stuff usually doesn't even get acknowledged.
It shouldn't, because I mean, think about like there's probably 100 other movies that are worse even than this one. You know what I mean?
I'm seeing a lot of this Shazam stuff. The Shazam is with the little kid who turns into an older.
Yeah, it wasn't like that bad. Last year, Blonde, that Anna de Armas, Marilyn Monroe movie, that got nominated for a lot of things last year. I remember that.
Yeah, I heard her. Her acting was pretty weird. It was kind of a strange casting decision. I don't know. She's Spanish, also, right?
I don't know about that. Borderline, maybe like a fucking drop. I don't know. She doesn't look Spanish.
Anna de Armas? I thought she was.
She looks white. I don't know. She looks white in that Marilyn Monroe movie.
First,
maybe she's like Spain. She could be like Spain, European.
Fully. It was like fully Spanish movie. Like everyone was speaking only Spanish the whole movie.
I think she's like Spain Spanish, which means white. And I mean, like that's Europe. I think she's European Spanish, which it's not the Spanish we know of. It's not the the border hoppers over here. Different type of Spanish over here. It's like the Christopher Columbus. We're kind of Italian, European type white people. Sort of that group there. But founded in 1981. I think also a lot of these nominations they're trying to get celebrities to come because every so often, like I know like Sandra Bullock came and a few other people will like accept the awards. I think Halle Berry, right? She accepted a Razzie. She like was the good sport. I think they're looking for those good sports. Maybe it'll be Chris Evans. Yeah, I don't know. Worst pictures. That's nothing. Like I saw The Exorcist. It's not worse than the Marvels. Same with Shazam. It's not worse than the Marvels. I don't buy it.
Yeah, I'm surprised I don't know. I think that just people don't want to deal with.
Yeah, I think it's a backlash
by saying negative stuff about the Marvels because they'd probably be all up and down this motherfucker if not for that.
It could be. They're like, oh yeah, if we put them on there, there's gonna be too much backlash. Like that, we're like anti-women or anti-people of color or something. Like, yeah,
you might want to check out these two micro posts though: diversity in the Oscars and snubs and surprises.
I got the snubs and surprises coming up.
Well, whatever site you're on, Variety, they have their versions.
I don't care about the diversity ones. That's obvious. My snubs one is from Variety. So I have that. This one I have in lineup tonight. Exorcist, Expendables, Meg 2, which I'm sure is pretty bad. Shazam 2.
The shark.
Yeah, with the big megalodon, which I think also was like at one point like a sci-fi thing. I think it's like a dumb Sharknado level fucking movie. You know, it shouldn't. The expectation should be low enough to where it's not worth really putting up there. I mean, but I get it being up here. The one I don't get is
like for movies that are not trying to be bad and fail horribly.
Yes, and that was like that Blonde movie from last year.
Which the Winnie the Pooh movie shouldn't be on here either because
man, that's a shitty independent movie.
Stupid and fucking dumb and low level it is.
Yeah, it's a shitty independent horror movie.
Aspect of them trying to make like a good horror movie whatsoever.
Guarantee you, there's 100 fucking bad horror movies from last year that you could put up for worst picture. You know what I mean? Like, come on, that are on Tubi. Same kind of shit. This didn't get like a big release. It's like I don't know why. This is like
to me, this list kind of
it's not their best list. I think it's actually bad.
Like really possible awful controversial stuff and instead checked out for like lower level Tubi horror stuff that they know is bad just to have something to fill in.
Well, there's one thing like when I was looking at worst actor, there's something here that I have no clue what the fuck it is. At Jon Voight being nominated for Mercy. I don't know what the fuck that movie is.
Dead.
No, he's still alive. But that makes me want to like. This is one that I think stands
Jason
out.
Statham is like all over this motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean Jason Statham's not very good, but I think it's it's like
kind of
sort of his role,
like a brain dead droid.
Yeah, but he's just action man. You know, like he's action man. Chris Evans
his
Ghosted
lines feel programmed, and if he deviates, he's gonna get into trouble.
Yeah, that Ghosted movie looked really bad. I think that I'm surprised that didn't get the worst picture nod for this here too.
What's that?
It was like a movie where
a rom-com, I think.
It's a rom-com where she.
Well, Ana de Armas is all over this fucking shit.
She ghosts him, and then he like tracks her down, and like in a different country. I think maybe in England,
kind of stalkerish.
And he tracks her down, and then he finds out that she's like an international spy or something, and then she gets caught up in some thing like that. Yeah, it didn't sound good. Vin Diesel, Fast X. I think Vin Diesel's pretty awful. It's funny. I can't see Vin Diesel in anything other than these movies now. It's just like he can't be in anything else. Like that's it.
Yeah, he's not a real person anymore.
Yeah, he's not. He's basically just the cartoon character that he plays.
He's too ambiguous racially, and he's got this awful dance music going on, and it's too much.
Yeah. Russell Crowe, The Pope's Exorcist. A little dig at Russell Crowe. Although I did hear this movie sucks. Like
Russell Crowe must need some money. I don't know why he's doing that level of shit.
I don't think things are coming in for him like you think.
Anthony Hopkins Pope movie where he plays like a demon villain, and
I think he's in a weird age group, Russell Crowe, where he's not going to get those Anthony Hopkins parts because he's a little too young, but he's not going to really get the leading man parts either. So he's kind of in that range. And like he will get those Anthony Hopkins parts later on. That honestly, I probably would have liked that better, man. I don't think that would have been bad.
But would that have been too like weird for him to go into Gladiator to that?
I think he might be a little too masculine for the role.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is kind of waifish.
Yeah, I think you could. I mean, yeah.
I don't know how Chalamet didn't get that part and they just de-age him like 40 years.
No, I think you do want someone older, though.
If you really want to waif out, you get Chalamet and de-age that motherfucker down with like some...
I don't think Chalamet is cheap to get.
Some anti-hero effects.
Chalamet's like charging a pretty penny these days. Worst actress, Ana de Armas, second year in a row.
Oh, is Wonka on this at all?
I don't think so. That honestly, like, it wasn't that bad. It's like it's not. It shouldn't be in a worst movie list. Like it shouldn't even. Like I wouldn't even put it into my worst of the.
Yeah, this Shazam movie must be
just, like,
really bad.
I don't know. It wasn't that good though either.
It's like riddled.
There's a lot of movies that like from last year that you realize are like just really.
Oh wow, Bill Murray is worst supporting actor. That sucks.
I didn't know he was. I didn't even know he was in this Ant-Man movie. But
this Ant-Man movie must be pretty disgusting because it's also all over the place.
Yeah, there was so many movies from last year that weren't like bad. They weren't good. They're just very forgettable. I mean, that's the majority of the movies in general. Ana de Armas, Ghosted, Megan Fox, Johnny and Clyde. I have no clue what the fuck
Megan Fox is looking all carved up too.
Oh yeah, well, it's been that way, man. It's for like
that's
kind of forever, for a long time.
Yeah,
like since like Transformers 2. It's been like after the first one, she's like
honestly like
getting that knife out.
Starlight is like just a newer version of what happened or whatever she did at the same time.
Salma Hayek.
During the Transformers stuff, she looked really good, and then all of a sudden she started looking like a mannequin.
Here's an example of someone who didn't do any of that and still looks good is Salma Hayek. Didn't do any of that.
Yeah, well, you know what they say: Spanish don't crack. Because Jennifer
Lawrence, I don't know. I think she looks pretty terrible. I don't know. I think she looks bad. I saw her in some music video.
Who?
Jennifer Lopez or whatever. Lopez. J-Lo.
I was gonna say, what's the one from Modern Family? Sofia Vergara. She's aged pretty well.
Yeah. Jennifer Lopez. I saw her like doing a
music
video where
good.
Yeah, where she's dancing on like a car, and it's just like embarrassing. It's like it's like you're 50 years old. You're dancing on a car in like a music video that should be for people that like are 20. I was just thinking like I saw her new. It was a commercial. It was a commercial for her album or something, and
who?
It was embarrassing for Jennifer Lopez. It
was
embarrassing. It was. I was like, this is like. I mean, maybe most people probably like it. I just thought it was like, you're way too old to be dancing in a fucking choreographed video.
She's had a lot of failed marriages. Maybe she's got a lot of alimony payments to make.
I think she's doing okay. I think she's not hurting too much for money.
She's got to pay A-Rod and Mark Anthony. And
I think they might not charge. They might have waived those. I think they're both rich. She's 54 years old though, dancing on a car in a fucking choreographed music video for like a 20-year-old. It's like that's. I don't know. It's like that's kind of embarrassing that you have to do that too. You know, like
is the car moving?
No, it's like stopped in traffic, and there's all these other background dances. It's bad. Theme Helen Mirren for Shazam: Fear of the Gods. I didn't know she was in this. Not a good proper to be in.
Yeah, this Shazam movie seems
like
a lot of horrifically brutal.
But again, I would say like you could put Brie Larson here in this. Yeah, you could put like all of them in supporting actress.
You could put her, but she'll have an army of drones to make sure the reviews get.
You put Samuel Jackson, worst supporting actor too. Like I mean, there's a lot of.
Yeah, have you seen any of those Equalizer movies?
Put in here. The what is it?
Those Denzel Washington Equalizer movies.
No, I heard people like them.
Well, yeah, there's 4 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think people like them. I think there's 3. There's 3 now.
I think they're working on 4.
I'm sure. I mean, I guess people like it. I've actually only heard that it's like decent. I mean, he's not bad.
Implied with Bai Ling?
I don't know. And that was also with Megan Fox, so I have no clue that one.
Bai Ling sounds like a made up name, like you're bilingual or something.
Oh wow, Megan Fox is nominated for 2 roles. She's also nominated for her part in Expendables 4.
No,
actually, I've heard
Expendables. It's Expend 4 Bliss.
4 Bliss, yeah. Expend 4
Bliss. This is like made for functioning retarded people who just want like a car running over something.
Yeah.
And a machine gun killing whatever, I don't know, like person we're at war with at the time.
Oh, Bai Ling, Bai Ling pretty good, man. Check out Bai Ling's Instagram. It's looking pretty good. That's all I'll say for Bai Ling.
Check it out, or can you just show it so I don't have to go bother to search?
I don't have I'm not signed in, so I can't see anything other than like that she's in a bikini or something. She's a good-looking Asian actor. Oh wow, she's 50. She's 57. She's like a Salma Hayek. I would not think this girl is 50. I'll share. I would not think she's 57. Jesus Christ. I can't see anything here, but she doesn't look 57 from all accounts I've seen here.
Yeah.
Not this here.
What movie is this?
Johnny and Clyde or something. I don't know. I don't know it. I know she's like an Instagram. I feel like I've heard the name because she's like a little
Alexis
Instagram
Knapp, who Obi-Wan Kenobi got pregnant.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the old guy, Alec Guinness got her pregnant.
No, sorry, Hayden Christensen.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ewan McGregor.
Well, they're like a duo, an awful duo, where one just complains the whole time, the other one like suns him.
She's
wearing a wig. Her hair looks fucking strange.
She could be. Mary Stuart Mass in Five Nights at Freddy's. I've actually only heard decent things about this movie. I mean, especially for it's like cheap and made a lot of money.
No, I heard it was like decent for the level it was at, like the Thanksgiving Eli Roth movie. You know, it knows, it's like self-aware enough to know it's not great and it's not trying too hard.
I mean, that's the thing, is like it wasn't trying to be something.
I've seen a lot of Mel Gibson.
I think they just don't like Mel Gibson. I've never heard of this movie. It made me think.
Confidential Informant.
I haven't heard of this one.
Is it some like Tom Clancy movie?
It looks like one of those geezer teasers that, you know, like where it's just an old guy in a movie just to sell the movie. So it doesn't
like
look good.
Bruce Willis in Death Proof.
It looks like a Redbox special that's on special for you to buy for like $3. Here it is. It looks pretty.
Mel Gibson has to resort to that level of shit.
Oh, I think so, man. He doesn't get any fucking. No one likes Mel Gibson anymore. Ever since
I know, but I would just have thought he's made enough money where he doesn't have to keep doing stuff.
I think he kind of wants to, you know. I think it's love of the game, man. All right, it's like Kobe, right? He didn't have to play Black Mamba.
He's Chevrolet tough. 1.9%.
It's not that good.
No, that's like really low. That's like almost like nothing at all. 1.9. Why don't they just say 2?
Well, that's 2. That's not that good.
Is there something about 1.9?
Well, I guess it's better nowadays.
Like, instead, like 1.9 is more than 2.
Hey, it's better than 2. It's better than 2. You know, you have to pay that point. That 0.1 adds up, man. That does.
Yeah, this Poop Exorcist movie's looking awful. Also,
yeah,
there are.
It does.
It seems like there's a decent amount of kind of washed up action guys all over this stuff.
Oh yeah. And well, you know that's kind of what happens.
Like old ones, like Jason Statham's not as old as Stallone and these other motherfuckers who are getting.
I mean, I only heard that the Pope's Exorcist was worse than the Exorcist remake, so that's all I've heard. So it's funny how the Exorcist
looked like
it's worse.
Movie with way bigger names you would ever expect for it.
There is a lot of things like that though, where it's like we're gonna make a shitty movie, but we'll pay the expensive guy. That's
Russell
what the majority
Crowe.
of
like 60% of the budget is to Russell Crowe, and then 20s the effects and editing, and then the rest is like whatever assholes who fill in for acting.
Yeah, because you could say like, yeah, this is the new Russell Crowe movie. You know, like it's basically
Michael Douglas is getting torn a new one. He probably should have. I thought he was dead. Honestly, I thought he.
I think it's. I don't think it's him. I think it's just this whole Ant-Man movie is getting torn up.
He might be a hologram. I thought Catherine Zeta-Jones said he died.
He could have, man. He could have been cloned. Bill Murray for Ant-Man. I didn't know he was in it at all. I don't know who Franco Nero is, but I'm sure he's bad. Probably is. Stallone for his.
Bill Murray's probably like a short little cameo. I can't imagine him wanting to do some full-fledged role in that. I don't know.
Yeah, Stallone for his Expendables movie. This is funny. Worst screen couple, any two merciless mercenaries from the Expendables. I assume that means like any of the cast members. I don't really know. I've never seen an Expendables movie. It's not really been in my repertoire there.
I'm a little confused also, like if you search the Expendables without the 4, you just get the first movie. Is it gonna how are people gonna find this?
I think it was like, instead of saying Expendables 4, they're like, oh, we'll be tongue in cheek and put the 4 in the fucking word.
I know, but like, how is anyone looking up the movie gonna know to put a number in the fucking name of the movie?
Well, if you search Expendables 4, I'm sure that comes up. This one's funny too, and I do agree with it, even though I don't think this movie is as bad as people are saying. Any two money grubbing investors who donated $400 million for the remake rights to The Exorcist. Good on fucking William Friedkin for getting that $400 million in his estate right there. R.I.P. William Friedkin.
Yeah,
but, I get that. It's like the Exorcist movie didn't need to get made, and they were gonna make a trilogy with David Gordon Green, but that got canceled. It's done. There's no second movie coming.
This list is made up of that Winnie the Pooh movie. I feel like it should not even have been.
Yeah, I think honestly, man,
on the level of everything else.
You can take it out and put in fucking the Marvels. You could say worst screen couple, any people in the fucking Marvels.
Let's just do that.
I mean, I think they really don't want to bite something off, but it was honestly, I'm sure
I saw that Magic Mike Last Dance movie, and their chemistry was very awkward. And
yeah, he's just not like, I don't know. It's funny. He's kind of gone. He must have said something against a fucking producer or something. He must have not let some producer finger him or something.
I don't know. He had like all this comedic shit going on also with the Jonah Hill franchise.
I think someone wanted to finger him and he didn't let it happen. That's my theory right there.
What the fuck is that cop shit?
Oh, 21 Drum Street?
Yeah. 21, 22.
They're okay. Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say they were good. They're okay.
No, they're watchable.
Acceptable, watchable comedy.
Yeah.
Speaking of what is not
certain stuff where it's just like such a slog to even get through.
Speaking of what is not, I tried to watch, and I think it needs like I don't know a whole deep dive into it. But the Holmes and Watson movie by Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, I tried to watch it. It's like, oh, it's so embarrassing.
Well,
it's so embarrassing.
That was after Talladega and
like 10 years after 10 years after any time they made a movie together.
After Talladega. Not Step Brothers. Step Brothers was before Talladega.
Yeah. No, it's like the last movie I think since Talladega Nights. And it's embarrassing and like really, really bad. Like really bad. Like nothing in it works. It's not funny.
2 times, and I still can't remember who else is in it.
In that Holmes and Watson movie?
Yeah.
Ralph Fiennes is Moriarty. The Sherlock Holmes nemesis. That's about it as far as like big names.
I think Rebecca something is in it from she was in that Ben Affleck robbery movie where they all wear presidential masks like nobody else has ever done that before.
Oh yeah.
The Town.
Like
that British girl that's in The Town, and for some reason she's not British anymore. She's now a Bostonian. Yeah, I really don't remember much of that Watson movie, even though I've actually watched it like 3 times.
Really?
Well, not by wanting to, it just was getting like circulated really hard.
I tried to just like put it on yesterday to see like, oh, how bad is this? And then I was like, oh wow, this is bad. Like I couldn't really get through 10 minutes. It was that bad. And also just like the trailer was embarrassing. Like, you know, it's embarrassing when they had to put the "Boys Are Back in Town" song in your trailer, just to be like, remember these two? Remember how they used to make movies? And those movies were kind of funny. Remember that? That's what the trailer felt like. Like, come see our movie because this might be kind of like watching those other movies, but it's not. Yeah, Pooh and Piglet. It's terrible. And their Armis and Chris Evans should probably win this for their bad chemistry. I'm sure that's probably going to win. Worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel. I like the ripoff. That should be a new thing, like calling these movies ripoffs. I like that. Ant-Man.
Homage.
Instead of a sequel, it's just the next ripoff.
Yeah, a lot of people say homage. Like an homage is just basically ripping something off. And
well, I see my pick for this for sure.
Some vague reference.
Ant-Man 3 or 4, I have no clue. Exorcist, the remake, Expendables 4, Indiana Jones, The Dial of Still Beating a Dead Horse, and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I don't really see why that. I guess it's a remake. Indiana Jones should win this for sure. That movie should also be nominated for the worst movie of the year. Worse than some of these other ones. Worse than The Exorcist. Way worse, actually. I got tell someone to go watch those movies back to back. And no, I didn't really want to see it. It's not. I don't really like that type of I don't really like a shitty independent horror movie to begin with, so kind of avoided that.
Well, it's just like to me, it's like chiller or like some sci-fi level stuff where I don't know why it's getting lumped in with this. I
don't know,
other kind of higher budgeted shit. Maybe something behind this is higher produced than I expected, and that's why it's such a big failure.
I'll say this: I think the Razzies might have contacted the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey people because I feel like they're gonna all be there. That's the one group of people that are gonna go.
Yeah.
So I was almost thinking like they're gonna go. They'll go to this. So maybe that's why they're getting all these nominations. Because like, why not go if you're those filmmakers? Because I see the directors nominated: Rise, Frake, Waterfield, David Gordon Green for Exorcist, which is sad because he's not a bad director. I don't think he gets the best part. I don't think he gets the best movie. I mean, I think he's not choosing to do the best properties, but
or maybe he's just more comfortable with TV
comedy. Could be comedy. It could be comedy. I don't know. I mean, he's a good comedy director.
Water.
It's just, the Halloween movies were like. I mean, the one in the middle, I forget what it was. Maybe Halloween. I forget what it was. The one in the middle was really bad. The third one wasn't that bad at all. The first one was very like serviceable. Exorcist, The Believer, very serviceable. The same thing as what he did for Halloween. Incredibly serviceable movies. Like, they're not good. I don't think they were bad either. Peyton Reed, Ant-Man, the Wasp. I know he's done the whole Ant-Man series. I didn't see it. Expendables, Scott. Whoa. Yeah, I'm sure it's bad. I'm sure it's also just sort of like, did he really direct this, or did Stallone just kind of pointing where to go? Worst screenplay, The Exorcist, Believer. Wow, so The Exorcist is getting some hate. Oh man, I saw it on a lot of people's worst lists, and I was thinking, like, did they not see the Marvels? Did they not see what is it? I mean, there's a movie on this list that's like on my list for worst movies that should be on here, which is Fools. Whatever it is, that Charlie Day movie, something with Fools. Fool's Paradise. Yeah, like that should be on the list for every single category here. Yeah, for Charlie Day, worst actor. Like, you could put Charlie Day, worst director, worst screenplay, Charlie Day. Like, this is. I mean, I know he's liked in Hollywood, and I like him as an actor, but that was really bad. Really, really bad. Got to throw him under the bus for that. Yeah, but here, The Exorcist, The Believer, worst screenplay, Expendables 4, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Can I Go Home Now? Yeah, that's a very good point. It was just that probably might have been the worst movie I saw all year. I think that was my worst number one overall. That was like I don't know. That was just like a snooze fest. Like, you could easily fall asleep while watching that movie. Like, there's nothing good about it. I even like the parts that some people liked. I was like, I can't get on board with what you're talking about here. I mean, I heard like Red Letter Media do their review of it and talking about how, like, they kind of liked when they went back in time to the, like, that it was like I think it was like a Greek and Roman war or something. I hated it. I was like, I thought that was so embarrassing. I thought, like, this is so far-fetched and stupid and, like, doesn't really fit Indiana Jones. There was, even though there's like a weird strangeness to a lot of his stories, it all still feels grounded. I don't know, that, like, really didn't feel grounded. Same thing with Crystal Skull. Like, the groundedness is just gone. But the first three movies have even though there's some weird shit that happens throughout those movies, it still feels grounded. And a lot of people shit on Temple of Doom. Like, Temple of Doom is fucking head and shoulders above these last two Indiana Jones movies. It's not even close. Yeah, but even Crystal Skull is better than this last one. Like, Crystal Skull is it's like a half decent movie, and then the last half sucks. But even that last half is still better than this. Maybe because of Spielberg. Maybe that's part of it. Spielberg actually had his hands in on this. I don't know. This was like trying to be like Spielberg. Trying to get the, Spielberg touch on there. It didn't work. Hey, that's the Razzies. That is the Razzies for tonight. So, yeah, we talked about it. We talked about the Razzies. No one seems to care about the Razzies. I noticed this last year. I think it's not a popular topic. I still always like it. I always find it enjoyable to see what they're shitting on. To me, I like it. But I did watch the Oscar nominations.
Does an Oscar nominated project also get a Razzie?
I don't know, but I know last year Blonde did that Marilyn Monroe movie.
Both.
Like, that got both. I remember, like, I don't know which it was, but it was like there was categories that, like, Blonde was nominated for some things, but it was also like nominated for Razzies. I felt like that was kind of like telling, like, they didn't. There was kind of like the tone deafness of the Academy, which is kind of typical. Although, like, I think personally, this nomination list is very, like, expected. Like, there's nothing on here that I didn't super expect. That's what I noticed.
I don't know.
I thought this was.
Should I expect?
There wasn't that many snubs.
and stuff. I feel like is not to the level that needs to be. Like the one, like you said, that Winnie the Pooh shit should just be subbed out with like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it totally could have.
Because budget has to do with it, also.
It should. It should. It really should. Because it really should just be the big budget bad, like the money, the movies that they thought were gonna make money or were gonna be good or got all this Hollywood backing and that sucked. That's really what should be the Razzies. It shouldn't be a fucking independent movie. Like, that's terrible. But here we go. Best Picture nomination for Oscars. Best Picture nomination, American Fiction. It looks pretty good. I haven't seen it. Anatomy of a Fall, which is a Holocaust movie, which is foreign, so you gotta throw that in there. Barbie,
foreign or boring?
I think both. I don't know who wants. I don't know who wants another Holocaust movie. I think it's almost like
I think you know who wants it. People,
I guess,
run the fucking entire industry, and people sympathizing with Jewish people and demonizing Nazis or something. Again, it's just more comfortable for them to live in that world.
I guess it's just something we've seen. Something we've seen. We've seen it a lot. Barbie got nominated for Best Picture. It probably
and song. I know that because Billie Eilish got.
This was nice to see for The Holdovers that it got nominated for Best Picture because it didn't for Golden Globes. So it did here, which is nice. Killers of the Flower Moon, Scorsese's newest film. Maestro, Bradley Cooper got nominated for his film. I guess Steven Spielberg has something to do with it. I didn't know he had anything to do with it. He might have produced it.
The character that Bradley Cooper plays is Jewish.
He must have produced it because I know Bradley Cooper directed it. I'm almost positive this is a Bradley Cooper directed movie. I gotta find that out. Yeah, it's directed by. This is his first movie he directed. So, Oppenheimer, which will.
This is his Braveheart.
Honestly, I have to say, I think Oppenheimer is the front runner here. Unfortunately. Past Lives, which I haven't seen, but I've heard good things. It's an Asian movie. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know anyone involved.
Wait, hold on. Maybe The Zone of Interest is the fucking Holocaust movie. I think I've gotten them. Yeah, The Zone of Interest is the Holocaust movie. What is Anatomy of a Fall? Is that also a Holocaust movie?
Possibly.
No, it's a French legal drama. Okay, so it's even worse. Zone of Interest is the Holocaust movie I was thinking of. I've confused them there. Poor Things, which is Yorgos Lanthimos, Freak Out Fest. Super gay, over the top. Probably no one that has a job outside of Hollywood would like this. That kind of thing. That's how that's how I'd put it. Probably most people who this is most likely every co-worker's nightmare. Poor Things. Actor in a leading role. Bradley Cooper in makeup. Maestro. He did not get nominated for a Golden Globe, so this is different. Coleman Domingo, who's a terrible overactor from Fear the Walking Dead, in Rustin. Don't know the movie.
Coleman Domingo?
Yeah, he's terrible. It's funny. I will never think he's good. He's a terrible overactor. I downright hate this guy. Maybe because I just don't like the Fear of the Walking Dead. I just think he sucks. You ever see Fear of the Walking Dead?
That is.
You ever see Fear of the Walking Dead? The spin-off,
the first episode.
Well, do you remember there's a black guy who's kind of like a main character in it? He might not be in the first episode though. I don't know. His name is Strand in the Fear of the Walking Dead. He is not a good actor. He's very bad. Paul Giamatti.
Wait, so Poor Things is getting all Oscar nominations?
Oh yeah. I've heard. I've only heard.
Movie?
I don't think it's going to do too well, except for I think Emma Stone will win an Oscar. Is what it sounds like. She won the Golden Globe. I think she will win the Oscar.
Movie. It looked like some Edward.
There's no plot of the movie. There's no plot of the movie. It's almost there's no plot.
I thought she's like some created mutant duck woman.
The official plot is the incredible tale about the fantastical evolution of Bella Baxter. That's Emma Stone. A young woman brought back to life by the brilliant, unorthodox scientist, Dr. Godwin Baxter, which is Mark
so
Ruffalo.
it's like Frankenstein.
Kinda. I guess. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't think the plot of the movie is really what people like. I don't know what people like about it. I think it's just, some high art twat shit. That's the tagline. Like, if you're a high art twat, you might like this. That's it. And even like I like high art twat shit, and this doesn't appeal to me. I don't know. I like the older high art twat shit. Maybe the newer high art twat shit's gone past me.
What's older high art twat?
Yeah, maybe like Holy Mountain. Maybe like the Holy Mountain. Something like that. That's some high art twat shit.
Have you seen Dogtooth?
Yeah, or Dogtooth. Yeah, Dogtooth is okay. But Dogtooth was good because it was it felt more independent. It's the same director that now he's working with fucking Emma Stone. Like I was cool with him working with these weirdo Greek actors. Like I like that. Like give me some weirdo Greek shit. I don't want to see his same weirdo shit with American actors. I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me.
Well, he already did that though with Colin Farrell and
yeah, he's done it with Lobster. And, he always gets nominated.
British actress Rachel something. She's still
Coleman. Really this is his like fourth movie that's been nominated. He always gets nominated for some reason. He must be in the fucking Illuminati club here or something. There's got to be a reason because his movies, by all accounts, should not appeal to the typical audience of Hollywood.
Yeah, I agree. He feels like some like weird exception.
Something's like it's set up or something.
He feels like a weird accepted exception.
Yeah, I mean
when there's like a bunch of other assholes doing the same level of stuff that should not be taken that serious. Then again, we said that dildo Asian movie wasn't going to win a single award, and all of a sudden the hot dog fucking lesbo was.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought it was like, from what I saw, it was like the best movie of last year.
Maybe we should bet on. I mean,
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Do you go back to that? Well, like, is the weird hot dog lesbo dildo
no, I think
going to win again, or is it going to be like Oppenheimer cleaning?
It's going to be Oppenheimer. I mean, unfortunately, I think it's going to be a lot of Oppenheimer. Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy, which I think will probably win for Oppenheimer.
So The Holdovers is getting.
Holdovers is getting a little bit of play. I was actually happy to see they're getting more play than they did for the Golden Globes.
They're probably not going to win, but at least they're there.
I mean, Paul Giamatti won the Golden Globe for a leading actor, but
I know but that's almost like a
I don't.
So you don't get that.
Well, I think some of it is. I think Emma Stone will win for her part. She'll get a Golden Globe at an
Frankenstein art douche movie.
Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction, and I kind of think, from what I haven't seen this movie, but from what I've heard, he should be the one who wins. It should be. You think
Barbie's going to win anything?
Yes, I'll explain what they will win. But
screenplay,
adapted screenplay, I think they'll win.
Oh, God.
But Jeffrey Wright and Paul Giamatti, by all accounts, should be the front runners, and I think it's probably not going to be them. It's probably going to be Cillian Murphy or Bradley Cooper. That's like I
think it's. If I'm putting money down, I think it's Cillian Murphy.
I don't know though. It's like Hollywood doesn't. At the same time, I don't know if they like him like that.
Who's
I don't know.
Wright?
Jeffrey Wright is a black actor who was in. If you've ever seen, it was an HBO. Have you ever seen Westworld? The first season of Westworld.
Yeah, no, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. I think he's a great actor. I've never seen him where he's bad, so I get it. He's good. Actor in supporting role. Again, I've only heard good things. Sterling.
Wow, I'm so surprised how much of this fucking Poor Things movies all over the place.
Yeah, I think this one, by the way, is obvious who's going to win this one. It's going to be another Golden Globe winner. Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon, which I heard was a little bit of a surprise because everyone kind of said like he's pretty flat in this movie. But that could just be like an age thing.
He's on the verge of death. Too.
I think that's kind of what it is. Robert Downey Jr.
Just do like some last movie project where they commit seppuku at the end.
They should do that. Actually do it.
Some like Akira Kurosawa reboot
RDJ, who's got the most embarrassing cookbook out there possible called Cool Foods. And by the way, that's like a book. It's a whole book he did. So, where he just talks about hanging out with Matt Dillon in the 80s, which is embarrassing. I mean, that's embarrassing now. Even then,
Matt Dillon or Matt Damon?
Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon, that Muppet motherfucker.
Yep. For Oppenheimer, I think he'll win. He won the Golden Globes, and I think he'll win for this. Ryan Gosling and Barbie, who probably should win, is what he probably should win this part. I don't think he will. Mark Ruffalo, the cuck of Hollywood for Poor Things. Hollywood's cuck. Actress in the leading role. Now, I think this is between two people. It really is. So we got Annette Bening and Nyad. Let's just throw that out the window.
I don't know Lily Gladstone and Sandra Huller.
All right, so Sandra Huller, throw it out the window. Out. Carey Mulligan, Maestro, throw it out the window. This is between Emma Stone and Poor Things because she won the Golden Globe, and Lily Gladstone, who's the Native American actress main character.
Oh, that heifer.
I mean, everyone has kind of said she is. She's Native American.
She's got Brittany Mount syndrome.
She's the first Native American person to be nominated. She's the first person I think that considers themselves them that's been nominated. She's they them.
Brando's corpse and have him like some weird like skeletal animatronic just cry on stage before she accepts the award.
I can look at myself in the mirror. And I can start laughing at myself.
Yeah, so it could be Lily Gladstone. It's between her and Emma Stone, and I kind of think
Lily Gladstone's gonna win something. They don't.
I mean, everyone has kind of
said
not gonna
wheelbarrow this motherfucker out here for nothing.
I mean, everyone has kind of said like already you could give her the Oscar like today. Just I've heard that being said. Like you don't even have to wait till.
I heard they're already working on a
maybe that's why they gave
Gilbert Grape reboot with her as the mother.
Maybe that's why they gave Emma Stone the Poor Things Golden Globe because they knew Lily Gladstone's going to probably win this category. That could be the case.
What the fuck is this Poor Things movie? Like I'm like,
hey, I'm
like annoyingly curious now.
All I have to say
I don't want to watch it, but I'm so confused on why the fuck it's getting championed this hard.
Our contemporary Jason Chicken really liked it. He liked it a lot.
I mean, the director.
I don't hate this. I don't hate this guy's movies.
Killing of a Sacred Deer is good.
Right.
I like The Lobster, even though it's like acting and is so annoying and like off-putting. Well, and I like Dogtooth because it's like really freakishly abstract and it's like got some weird prostitution shit mixed with like
yeah, I mean I don't mind his stuff, but I think he is like this abstract douchebag director that
I gotta say the guy who did Parasite
isn't likable.
The guy who did Parasite saw Dogtooth and liked it because it's got a very similar
it does
look to it.
Yeah, maybe the director of photography too has a similar visual appeal too, or something. I don't know, something there. I agree with you. Actress in a supporting role, Emily Blunt.
Parasite won.
Now this one's obvious too at who's going to win this one. It's going to be the Golden Globe winner. But Emily Blunt, Oppenheimer, that's a throw out the window. Danielle Brooks, The Color Purple, that's a diversity pick. America Ferrera in Barbie, that's a diversity pick. Jodie Foster, you got to nominate an OG. And then the winner probably here will be Divine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers. She'll probably win. I'm going to say if I had to put money down, I would bet on that. That's a part of a parlay. Like my big parlay here would be putting her down for the winner and then probably putting down Robert Downey Jr. Like these two supporting picks, I think are like pretty solid. Like RDJ and her, I think are good. That's a good parlay.
Well, I'm hoping
if you can parlay. I don't know if you can parlay yet.
The pro Nolan stuff is not going to actually transpire because that motherfucker doesn't deserve this level.
I think he's going to win director, unfortunately.
Maybe this
animated feature,
like his lifetime achievement award.
Animated feature. This is interesting because I don't know what will win this because
I don't know any of it.
By all accounts, I would say the Spider-Man.
Oh, the Spider-Man shit.
That probably should win it, and it might. But I think the
boy
in the
Powers is in this. Never mind.
Chem Powers. I think by all accounts,
Kenny Powers wouldn't even make sense because then you're like, it would be Danny O'Brien instead.
Yeah, I think by all accounts, I think Miyazaki might win this just for legacy. And I've actually only heard that this is like his worst movie. I've heard too. I've heard this is like not good. That's kind of like I heard it from Andrew, who's a Japanese. He's a Eastern studies person. Teaches philosophy of Buddhism, and he said he's a big fan of Miyazaki, and he said this is like a big repeat of like every movie he's done. He says it's not really original or good.
But he's crossed over to the point where, his opinions, the same level as like anyone with Studio Ghibli.
No, I don't know. I think it's just there's a time where you probably should have stopped, and I think he kind of passed it. I don't know.
Yeah, but who's gonna say like I don't want any more?
Oh no, I want more. I mean, I even heard. I think he's even gonna do another one. He's gonna make one more. I think, at least. I mean, he's up there too. He's in the 90s. I'm pretty sure Miyazaki.
Less racist Walt Disney that never died.
It's funny. There's a better director. There's like 3 directors in Studio Ghibli that are like I think kind of all better than Miyazaki. One of them is named. What's his name?
What do you mean? He's already raised proteges that are taking over?
No, they're also old. They're old. They're also old. There's 3 filmmakers that have basically worked with Studio Ghibli, but Miyazaki gets all the credit. But Takahata is really good. Asao Takahata. And then the one who ever did Princess Kaguya is really good too.
That's fucked up because these people are like complete unknowns, and he just gets the credit.
Their stuff has been recognized. Like Princess Kaguya won, I think, an Oscar. That is also Takahata. I'm trying to think of the other directors that are really good. There's 3. Toshi Suzuki. Yeah, there's like 3 that are pretty good, and there's a couple that are good, and then but he really does get all the credit. He gets all the credit because everyone thinks it's Studio Ghibli with Miyazaki, but a lot of the other ones that are like in Studio Ghibli kind of have a similar feel, and they're also good. Elemental, which looked terrible. I've only heard bad things, but I've also kind of heard it's like okay. It looks kind of shitty. Nimona, I've never heard of. Robot Dreams, I've never heard of. It sounds Spanish with these actors in it. Spider-Man movie was good. I like Christopher Miller and Phil Lord, so I think they're good. I have no issue with them. I think it was a good movie. I think it was very creative. I liked it. I didn't expect to like it. It's one of those I didn't expect. I didn't want to like them.
And when this type of shit doesn't always correlate.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think probably the Miyazaki is the higher brow pick here, so also, that'll probably win.
Just financial stuff is involved. Barbie should be winning a lot.
Oh yeah, dude, Barbie. Well, also right here, man, Super Mario Brothers should have been nominated. Should have been nominated because it fucking saved Hollywood.
Yeah, I heard
it should have been nominated.
Super Mario song that got nominated that people are disgusted by. It's like really obnoxious and annoying.
I mean, honestly, man, when the whole box office like last year relied off of Barbie and Super Mario Brothers, you should have fucking nominated Super Mario Brothers for.
No, it wasn't Barbie and Super Mario Brothers. It was Barbie and Oppenheimer. Barbenheimer.
No, Barbie was number 1. Number 2 was Super Mario Brothers, the most money made last year. Number 3 was Oppenheimer. Was a gigantic drop off. It was like a big drop off between, like Super Mario Brothers and Barbie were pretty close. They're pretty neck and neck. That was 1 and 2. It should have been nominated. I would have nominated it because it's like you should have at least been like, yeah, we'll nominate it just because all the money it made for us. That's what I would have done. I mean, you're nominating Elemental anyway, so why not just throw another one in here? That's how I feel. Instead of fucking 5 and 6.
Elemental.
Yeah. Cinematography. I don't really know any of these cinematographers offhand. I've only heard that The Killers of Fire Moon looks really nice. I know Oppenheimer is shot on film, so it could look really nice. I don't really know. I mean, I've only seen a few things with that. Costume design. This starts to be... by the way, also, the Academy is made up of former workers in the film entertainment industries. So only costume designers can vote for, the costume picks of the year. Everyone can vote for Best Picture. That's how it works. So these are coming from the certain people who worked in these industries. So costume design, Barbie got nominated. Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, which again, it does have a good costume design. I get that one. Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. Poor Things definitely, from what I've seen, does have cool costume design. I could see that winning this. I could really see that winning.
Yeah, I don't. Is this on Plex?
I don't have it yet. I want to watch it when I could get a copy. I'll watch it when I can. It hasn't really. It's still been in
it's
theaters.
One of those things where I don't really want to see it, but I'm just so confused why people love it. And
I mean, I want to see Poor Things, and I want to see American Fiction. That's really the only things on these lists that I really want to see. And I also want to see the live action shorts and the animated shorts, because we could talk about those. We could do a whole video on the animated shorts and stuff. I would like to do that. Directing.
Yeah, probably get 10 views.
10 views. Yeah, exactly. Because everyone cares about the live action shorts. But those come out for free.
Yeah. They'd rather see why Nolan hates Scorsese or some fabricated bullshit video.
Yeah, if I did a video that Christopher Nolan's a fag, it'd probably get a lot more views.
Yeah, you got footage of
why Christopher Nolan's a fag.
P. Diddy sent them some freak out at a hotel.
Yeah, he got free. It was a freak off with
Scorsese.
A freak off with Scorsese and Nolan over Cillian
Murphy. Fucked up after that Puff Daddy video. I've been getting all these extra suggested YouTube videos of drink champions.
Diddy did it, man.
And
Craig Mack.
Some Puff Daddy video where he's calling somebody daddy and saying Daddy, I like how you say that, or do that, or some shit. And then I'm getting all these Puff Daddy why you don't want to be a rapper and have to go to one of his parties video or some shit. It's all the suggestions immediately are algorithmed out.
Oh, it's because Diddy done it. Diddy done it, man. That's the end of it.
Yeah, Diddy
done it.
We need Diddy and Kang a buddy comedy.
Diddy Kang are guilty, man.
With maybe OJ mixed in.
Yeah, Diddy Kang and OJ. Yeah.
OJ is their Godfather kind of hologram. Teach him the ways type of guy.
But yeah,
mixed with Obi-Wan, old Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, Al Guinness, directing Anatomy of a Fall, Justine Triet. So we got a female director nominated. Maybe that could have been a quota there. Killers of the Flower Moon.
It's nice that at least they're represented.
Yeah, this one's obvious, man. This is like a toss up to Nolan. Scorsese's one. This is not his best movie.
Jonathan Glazer, who the fuck is that? It sounds very familiar.
Yeah, I thought about that too. That is, by the way, the Holocaust movie. I think he's isn't he I want to say he's
he sounds familiar. I just don't know what.
He's a weirdo director. I think he's kind of good, actually. Yeah. He did it Under the Skin. I kind of like his stuff.
Oh,
he's another weirdo. He's a weirdo director.
What is the Zone of Interest?
That's the Holocaust movie.
Oh, that doesn't sound very fun.
No, not a super fun topic. You ain't going to
so the guy who
Marvel's
made
versus
the
X-Men
movie with Scarlett Johansson knew 90% of it is now got a Holocaust movie.
This is a fucking toss-up for Nolan. It's not even a
question. This is a weird crop of shit.
No, it's not a good. It's funny. I noticed how I think this year's
the
weirder
universe guy
freak
jumping
out
on dildo Asian movie that won every single category.
Yeah, it was an Asian freak off like Diddy would like. That's what it was last year.
Yeah, I would think Puff Daddy's into people jumping on dildos.
Yeah, now we're getting into the big players here. Documentary feature film, what everyone's looking forward to. Right? Yeah.
What the
Wouldn't
life
that be nice?
Or some shit, or some factory failing.
Wouldn't that be nice if people actually like documentary films? Yeah, I guess we could skip over this. Let's skip over that.
There's a movie about the parallel of factories dying in some part of the world and bees not being able to harvest honey anymore.
Yeah, as depressing as that is, I'm going to skip over the documentary stuff, which I do appreciate.
It's a depressed fest.
No one cares. Film editing, Anatomy of Fall. It's getting nominated for a lot of things. Must have nice editing. The Holdovers, which did have good editing.
I've noticed
but, nothing in that like stood out.
Times where they go like nomination crazy. It's because they want to like at least make them feel good for the fact that they're not going to win any of it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like thank you for showing up type of award.
I don't really see the editing nod here for the Holdovers. It's a good movie, but like it's kind of straightforward. Like I mean, last year, the Asian Everything Everywhere won for film editing, and I did get that. I was like, okay, yeah, that did have very interesting editing. Definitely way too long, but the editing was interesting. I didn't really see that in the Holdovers, and it is a good movie. Kills of Flower Moon, I've not seen, so maybe it does have some good editing. Oppenheimer, I know jumps around from time period to time period. There's 3 different time periods, so maybe that's a big editing could be a big factor. Poor Things is nominated here. Another Yorgos. This must be
this
there's 2 Yorgos. How can you have 2 Yorgos on a film? That's surprising right there. International feature film.
Well, how did Yorgos do for the Golden Globes?
He didn't. I don't think he won. Emma Stone won. No, they won for something though, because he was up there. They won for something.
Because I would think like if he won all that shit, he's probably not going to win here. If he didn't, then this might be like the fucking Everything All at Once shit again, And like Yorgos is going to clean up when we all.
No, he won for. They won for
movie.
Emma Stone won. And it won for musical or comedy because in the Golden Globes they split up movies. They split the movies into dramas and comedies. So that one for comedy. Oppenheimer won for drama, which is really like the main award. So they kind of split the Best Picture into 2 in the Golden Globes. But so it did win. That's why I saw him on stage. International feature film. Io Capitano from Italy. Perfect Days from Japan. Society of the Snow from Spain, Teacher's Lounge from Germany, and The Zone of Interest, the Holocaust movie from the UK. And what got snubbed here is Godzilla -1 from Japan.
Yeah, that was your Best Picture.
Yeah, they didn't. Apparently, they didn't pay. So you have to pay to get nominated to the Academy, and they didn't pay for Best Picture or any of that. They paid in. There is a nomination they got, but they didn't pay into these big categories. Makeup and hairstyling. Golda. That's an interesting one because it stands out as nothing that's been nominated. It could win. Maestro. I know they got the old person makeup on Bradley Cooper. This is like the 2023's Whale. Oppenheimer. I know there's some makeup on here. Poor Things. I think it's Whale? Yeah, I like the Whale. I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
It's not a fun watch, but it's
like a play.
Funny, and
it's like a play.
It's not something I want to watch again, but I'm glad I saw it.
Yeah, The Society of Snow. That's another one that it's got to be decent makeup and hairstyling if it's going to be on the list. So that could be a little dark horse winner. That and Golda are like the dark horse. I think Maestro is going to win this though. They got to give Maestro something.
This does feel like Bradley Cooper's, acknowledgement in the industry. Because other than this,
exactly.
What really had that's been critically acclaimed.
Yeah, exactly. Musical original song. I see we talked about this last year, but we said how John Williams is. He's up there, man. What's he like? 99?
I thought he died.
No, he's alive, man. I think this is his last movie he's ever gonna do. Is gonna be.
Well, if he doesn't win this, then they're all.
That's the thing, man. I think you might want to just give him the award.
Yeah.
But the Golden Globe was won by Ludwig Göransson. He's like I think he's a Finnish or Dutch or something. He did the music for The Mandalorian, and his music for Oppenheimer is pretty good. Usually, Nolan works with what's his name, Zimmer, Hans Zimmer. Usually works with him, but this was a little digression there. Robbie Robertson, the guitar player from the band, is a
I thought he was dead.
No, he's alive. No, everyone else from the band's dead.
That makes sense because he's like coke buddies with Scorsese.
Yeah, exactly. That actually does make sense. And he did the movie, The Band, with Scorsese. It actually makes more sense than I thought.
Last Waltz, wasn't there a sequence where they had to like CGI coke from Neil Young's nose?
Yeah, apparently that's the word. Apparently, like the original version that went to theaters in the 70s, you could see the coke blob on his nose. That's the myth, at least. I've never seen that.
Neil Young to me was always like so like subdued and like almost comatose. I would not expect him to be coked out of his mind on amphetamines.
Blow.
Maybe that's what got him to that level. You know, he had to be like on blow just to even speak.
Music, original song. I'm just gonna go to the 2 picks that stand out. Actually 3 because this guy's won before. I'm Just Ken is probably gonna win. It's the Ken song in Barbie. This is Wazazi. It's a song for my people from Killers of Fire Moon. Just for
I think
exactly what you think.
Is gonna win. I'm hoping Billie Eilish wins.
And then I also think John Baptiste's song. John Baptiste
people love that
motherfucker.
You know what? Actually,
that's
probably who's
going to win. Oscars.
People love that fucking guy.
All right, so production design.
What he does.
I think this is production design. I think is something Barbie could win because it really does have like a look. So I could see that. It has a look. Napoleon also got nominated here. I get that. Poor Things. I get it. It definitely has a look. So I get that.
Poor Things just has to get nominated for every single fucking category.
All right, short film. These are the most important categories here. So we're gonna skip over the short film, the live action. All right, sound. The Creator. It's got that Denzel Washington's son in there. Maestro, which is about an orchestrator, composer guy, whatever. So it makes sense. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. It's first.
Remember Tar with Cate Blanchett?
Yeah, that fucking fell flat in all the awards. Fell flat.
It's no awards. Cate Blanchett playing a lesbian. That's always.
And then Oppenheimer, nominated for sound. The Creator, or visual effects. We got a Godzilla -1 nomination here. Thank God. That's the only one. Also, by the way, that movie was made for 15.
Best actor.
The movie was made. Oh, the actor's good in it actually. The movie was made for $15 million. And it was made for $15 million, and then Guardians of the Galaxy and these other movies are like pushing $200 million. So there's a big difference in visual effects, money that was spent. God, I hope Godzilla wins. I don't know what it would. I don't know what will here. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Maybe throw a nod.
I had a guess. Disney. I'd say Napoleon.
I'd say probably throw a nod to Disney. Give them something with Guardians of the Galaxy and Marvel and all that shit. That's what I could say. Adapted screenplay.
They just feel like they're born to lose.
I don't know, man. I think they're going to win something. I don't know. I think they're going to win something. Writing, adapted screenplay, American Fiction. Barbie, which I think is the winner here. I think this is like a big win. This is going to be like at least Greta Gerwig can get her win because she did not get nominated for director, which is a little bit of a snub. Her not getting nominated for that. It was Nolan. It was Scorsese. It was fuck. That's the only ones I really remember.
Do you remember when Catherine Bigelow?
Yeah, I mean, she should have been nominated. I would have nominated her for this if I was going to pick.
Do you remember Catherine Bigelow's competition?
I don't. For the Hurt Locker, I don't really remember that. Oppenheimer.
Was she married to a director?
James Cameron.
Okay.
Who's never won an Oscar. So she has.
Yeah, because he doesn't make that serious level stuff. He doesn't have that Nolan in him where he's going to just.
I don't know, though. You would think maybe Titanic would have won.
Just an asshole for an hour and a half.
I could have seen Titanic win for Best Picture at that time.
Yeah, if they base it off like profit.
Yeah, but I mean, even the movie, it's like, I don't know. What won that year? Crash or something? There's some bad movies around then, too.
No, Crash was like, I thought 10 years later than that.
Titanic was 1997, so 1997. What are the 1998
Jumanji?
Oscars? Let's see. Best Picture was
Philadelphia.
Hold on. You gotta find it. How is this not like right at the top? How is this not at the top? Best Picture was Titanic. Oh, it did win. Okay, he won. He did win. I guess for directing, he's never won.
So
he did. He won for director. What am I talking about? He won that year. He won for director.
They must take profits into consideration.
Yeah, he won for director. He won for best movie. He won for all of it. The nominees were Titanic, As Good as It Gets, The Full Monty, Good Will Hunting, L.A. Confidential. So he won.
Damn, Jack Nicholson did a big fucking year.
Original screenplay. Now this is a little bit more.
I like As Good as It Gets. It's
I kind of hope The Holdovers wins this one here. I think that would be nice. I think The Holdover seems to be fit. I've only heard actually that May December is not good at all. That's one I heard is bad.
I don't know what it is.
I think this is between The Holdovers, Maestro, and Past Lives. I know people like Past Lives, so there's that. So that's the Oscar noms, man. That's the Oscar nominations. That's them. Got them locked in. Now I wanted to talk about the snubs. Got to talk about the snubs, man. Who got snubbed? I can think of a big snub. It's the Iron Claw got snubbed.
Well,
Iron
didn't
Claw
it come out late in
hard.
the year?
It came out still within the year. It got snubbed hard though.
I know,
but think Greta Gerwig got snubbed. Barbie got snubbed for like a lot of things.
I saw it all over the place.
Oh, this is another one. Margot Robbie got snubbed. She probably should have been nominated for Best Actress. I mean, like, why not?
Barbie? I don't know. It's pretty goofy.
It's goofy, but like Ryan Gosling got nominated for his part.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
is how.
I mean, he was the better. I mean, from what I saw, he was the better. Like, he was probably the best person in the movie. So I will say, like, I get it.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw like a lot of it. I saw like some of it, like waiting to go see another movie. I went and saw some of it, and then I downloaded like a rip, and I was able to see some of it. And like the best thing about the movie is Michael Cera's character. That's the funniest part about them. Michael Cera and
He's the comic relief.
Yeah, Michael Cera and Ryan Gosling are definitely like the best parts of the movie. Let's see. Yeah, the snub was Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig. Greta Gerwig should have been nominated for director. I don't really get why she wasn't. That would be fine. Leonardo DiCaprio got snubbed for Killers of the Flower Moon. I've actually only heard that he's very okay in this movie. I've not heard like great things about him.
I really have no interest in seeing this.
I mean, I've only heard I've heard people say like, yeah, he's Leonardo DiCaprio in it. That's like what I heard. So it's like that's not a good sign. That's the same thing with Napoleon. It wasn't a bad acting performance, but it wasn't like a great one either from Joaquin. The surprises snub. I guess the screenwriting duo. So Scorsese wrote Killers of the Flower Moon with Eric Roth, and that was a snub to not get the nomination. And I do agree the surprise for best editing for The Holdovers is a little bit weird because nothing about that movie really like comes off as like, oh, this is a great editing piece, other than the fact that it feels like a 70s film. But I think that's kind of just the way it was shot. I don't know if that has anything to do with editing. You know, shot on like.
Isn't part of editing just like making sure the best scenes and stuff are used?
Yeah, it is. But it's also like, I mean, look at like when I think of like really good editing, like a movie that comes to mind is like Pulp Fiction, where you know, like the whole movie's completely out of order and it all like still like makes sense and kind of feels different and original. Like, you know, it's not like linear. There's so many good editing movies I could think of that like even like last year, like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like that was a good edited movie. Like regardless of how you feel about the movie,
yeah, it definitely had
was very good editing.
Different subplots.
And even that was like not linear either. Kind of like go back and forth, go forward, go back. Like yeah, it was good. Like it was different. I mean, The Holdovers I really like. I don't really see why you would give it an editing nomination. Yeah, this is a big snub. I thought if you're going to talk about directors, I think Greta Gerwig and I think Alexander Payne. Alexander Payne, I think, should be nominated every time he makes a movie. I mean, he's just a great character director. Like, he's really good.
I just I feel like people don't acknowledge him or take him serious enough for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, it's stupid too, because if you're going to give,
it might be just the amount of money his movies make. It's not enough.
I guess so, but I feel like if you're going to give The Holdovers a nomination for Best Picture, like you're giving Holdovers a nomination for Best Picture, this whole movie is reliant off of acting, performances, and directing. So it's like that's why it got nominated. So it's like if you're going to nominate for Best Picture, you kind of have to nominate him for directing.
How did Sideways do for him?
I know it got nominated for all of that. He got nominated. I don't think he won.
And didn't win a thing.
No, I don't think he won. But like, everyone, like everything involved, got like Best Picture. You know, actually, it might have won Best Picture. It might have won.
It's a weird movie where it's like depressing and not a fun watch, but like I'll still rewatch it over and over again.
So only one adapted screenplay. It was nominated for Best Picture. It lost. It was nominated for Best Director. Alexander Payne lost. Supporting Actor Thomas Hayden Church lost. Supporting Actress lost for Virginia Madsen. I don't know how you don't nominate Giamatti for that movie. That's pretty.
Yeah, that's a travesty.
It's funny, like you're gonna nominate those other two actors and not the main character. It's kind of weird.
But him and like
that's fucking bad.
Such a good
Paul Thomas. I get that one more than Virginia Madsen.
Complicated and awful the movie is, I still will put myself through it again and again.
Snub was Penelope Cruz. We were talking about her earlier. I guess she was in a movie called Ferrari. I've heard that this Ferrari movie is pretty good. It came out
isn't it Michael Mann?
Yeah, and I've heard it's like really pretty good. I've only heard like decent stuff about it.
They like aged up that Jewish guy who played the Star Wars villain. Adam Driver.
Yeah, I like Adam Driver. Oh no, I think you're thinking of something else. You're thinking of a Gucci movie. I don't think Adam Driver's in Ferrari. You're thinking of a Gucci movie about the Gucci guy.
Oh, I thought Adam Driver was in that.
I don't think. Oh wait, no, you're right. Yeah, he's playing Ferrari. Okay, yeah, he's playing Enzo Ferrari. Okay,
he plays the car.
Yeah, he's the car in the movie.
And they just have Penelope Cruz like sit on top of his body, and they pretend to go down like this weird track.
They're saying William Dafoe for Poor Things is a snub. Okay, I guess because everything in Poor Things got nominated.
I pretty much like anything related to this fucking movie has to be acknowledged one way or another.
Rosamund Pike for Saltburn. Saltburn in general, by the way.
I've heard a lot about this shit.
I've actually only heard like it's bad. I've only heard mostly bad things. I've
heard about it referencing like memes and weird esoteric posts and kind of stuff like that. Not that it's good, but it probably is like at least entertaining or memorable.
This, by the way, is definitely a snub. I didn't even think about it till now, but Spider-Man Across the Universe has like really good 90s hip hop and R&B. Like A Tribe Called Quest is in there. It was a really good score. It really fit everything too.
That's not a score. That's like a fucking playlist.
Pretty much, but that's kind of what still gets nominated these days. You know, and they gave Dial Destiny a nomination, so yeah. Let's see. More snubs. Surprise, Godzilla -1. Well, it should be Godzilla -1 getting nominated for everything, so I disagree with that. She's been nominated the whole time.
I think you need to realize that this movie is not on the same level or like even world half the shit that's getting, represented.
It is though. That's the thing about this movie is that it is.
You might think that, but clearly it's not.
No, I just don't think I don't think they know. It really is, man. I'm telling you, it's a. If Godzilla was not in this movie,
of like all these horror movies that I really like that don't.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like how Hereditary, Toni Collette has never been nominated. It's the same kind of thing. If Godzilla was not in this movie at all, it would be a post-war Japanese historical film that would have got nominated for every single fucking thing. But because Godzilla's in it, but it's really just it's a post-war Japanese movie that has Godzilla.
We got Oppenheimer where we're bombing them, and then you got Godzilla, where it's like, the opposite. So
you're kind of talking about the aftermath of it. I mean, basically, the whole movie's about the aftermath. And it was interesting, man.
But
I think the whole perspective
like
I've never heard.
We rather have Oppenheimer than Godzilla.
It's a very good perspective because there's all these, former former military Japanese people that, they're proud of being veterans, but they're also like embarrassed of being in that war. It's a very weird scenario that like we don't really get the context, which was nice about that movie because it was like that's a strange thing to feel where you're proud to be like a veteran because you were brave, you fought in a war, but then you were in this like awful, you're on the bad side, like and they knew it, so it's like it's a weird
it's like having some pro-Nazi stuff come out.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I think that, but also, not even just that, but just like I think weird for that kind of people, like in general, living with that post-war. Even German soldiers, like you're fighting for, what you were told to do, and there's a a bravery and a valiance to that, but still you're on the bad side, or at least that's what so it's weird.
I can't imagine like
conflict.
Most of the Hitler Youth or whatever age they were, or even like cognizant of what's going on. They're just put through a program, and then you just try and do as best as you can while you're in it.
Well, the same thing exactly. Like you're a fucking German soldier. You're just trying to survive. You're trying to like do what you need to do.
No, not even survive. It's like it's almost like you're in like a class and you want to like finish in the top percentage of people doing well, but in the process, you don't even understand what's actually happening. You're just
and Godzilla, the main character, is a kamikaze pilot who couldn't do it. He couldn't do it, so that's sort of a big conflict of the whole movie too.
Well, yeah, because kamikaze, you're gonna commit suicide.
Yeah, so basically, he's supposed to be a kamikaze, and he
decides. Episode.
I know. I kept thinking of that too the whole time. I kept thinking of that. Like,
there's
but he's
the guy who's like in a wheelchair, and like his relative was a kamikaze.
I kept thinking of the whole Toshi. I think was the guy Toshi.
Yeah,
but I kept thinking of it the whole
whatever
time.
He said to him makes him try and kill himself, and then they're at this like poker party at Kevin Nealon's house, and they leave because he committed suicide, but
they still want to keep playing poker.
Decides to stay because they had a pizza that was already ordered.
Yeah,
so
the pizza was coming. So
for the pizza to get delivered, and they're having like a great time. And then Kevin Nealon comes home, and he's like surprised they're still in his house, and they're all like playing poker and eating pizza, and having a great time. As he's come home with the results of like the suicide attempt.
Oh, brilliant episode. But yeah, basically this guy, he can't do the kamikaze thing, so he pretends that his plane is fucked up. So he lands on an island where there's like secret mechanics to like fix your plane, and that's where they're gonna like inspect it. And then while they're on this island,
the same thing. If I was like, if they told me like you have to either kill a bunch of people or commit suicide, I'd say, oh, my plane fucked up. I'm alive.
But then post the whole war is like there's certain people that knew you're a kamikaze pilot, so they kind of knew you didn't do it, and then they're all like they hate you. That's sort of part of his story there, because they like knew he was like a worthless piece of shit. He didn't commit he wasn't brave.
You can't be in a position where you're supposed to kill yourself and still live. Like it just doesn't. It's not gonna work. Because everybody knows the prerequisite is for you to kill yourself. So if you're walking around, you're kind of fucked.
Oh yeah. So here are the odds, the updated odds and predictions for the nominations here. And it looks like, as we say, we're talking about this. Oppenheimer is the big favorite.
Yeah.
Big favorite. We got Emma Stone here. Best Picture. Look at this. I mean, FanDuel. It's pretty. I mean, Best Picture odds here are pretty obvious to who's gonna win. Oppenheimer is like a negative. Everyone else is a plus. Fucking crazy. I mean, I get. It's funny how Poor Things and Holdovers are the next here in line. Like It's got to be Oppenheimer. There's no point not voting for Oppenheimer, betting on them. Probably best to get the bet in now before it's worse. Negative 700 isn't that bad, I guess. It's going to be worse. It's going to be negative 2,000. Best director. Again, look at this. You got Christopher Nolan as the big front runner here.
Ugh.
Negative
I really
3,000.
thought it was Scorsese.
Scorsese is a plus 1,400. Scorsese's already won his thing. I think this is like they say, it's a toss up for Nolan here. Pretty obviously. Best actor is a little tighter. I kind of like the Paul Giamatti odds here. If I was gonna pick, I wouldn't mind putting a little bet on Giamatti there. It's a plus 200, but it looks like it's Cillian Murphy. You kind of called it, man. I think this is gonna be a big like Oppenheimer sweep of things, like last year with Everything All at Once. It's gonna be a big sweep. It would be nice if they split things up though. Like that was kind of boring last year, where one movie like dominated. It's a little boring.
Yeah, but nobody expected that shit. Well, I didn't expect that shit to be taken so seriously.
Yeah, I mean, here's a good bet. Just to bet on Lily Gladstone. You can find her and bet NGM for a plus 100. That's pretty good. Because she's like probably the next. It's probably, I don't know. I kind of think it's gonna be her over Emma Stone. I think Emma Stone won her award at Golden Globes, so I think this is a good plus bet here. Kind of like that. Kind of like the plus bet there. Best supporting actor, I think RDJ is going to kind of take this. I get the next person in the line being Gosling, but I just don't think he's going to win. I think Barbie's going to kind of fart out the win there. Kind of like Christopher Nolan sniff his own farts. You know he cups his asshole and sniffs his farts. He's that kind of guy. Best supporting actress. Here you go. Like I said, I think this is an obvious one for Davine Joy Randolph. She gonna win it. It's not even close. I know, like Emily Blunt's like hardly in the movie. It's funny how she got nominated. She's like hardly in it, and I know this was like a surprise. America Ferrera even being mentioned. So
America Ferrera is Ugly Betty.
Oh, I don't know who she is. I think she's some Spanish bitch in Barbie. Best original screenplay. The Holdovers is the favorite. That's interesting. I kind of think Past Lives is not a bad bet here, by the way. The plus 375. I'm gonna try to take some risks. That might be a good bet.
I don't know. I would think maybe this Maestro shit.
That's too far out. People didn't like it. People didn't really like this movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I've only heard like kind of like it's like not that good. I'm surprised to see it be nominated.
Bradley Cooper, Spielberg, and it's a very Jewish movie.
Now, I think this is a good bet for Barbie. I think this is going to be like Barbie's only win. Is going to get like, because Greta Gerwig didn't get nominated for director. She wrote this movie. This would be a way to give her like a little nod. I think this is like her. This plus 300 is actually like fucking good. Like jump on that. Jump on that plus 300 when you get on Bet MGM. That's a good bet. I might even get on that myself. That one's not a bad one. Put like $5 down, you're getting 3 times your money back. You know, getting $15 from $5. Not bad. Zone of Interest, the Holocaust movie, is the favorite. I mean, what should have been in here is Godzilla. It's better than all these movies. Should have been in here. Best song? Oh, you were right, man. The Billie Eilish or Eilish? What's her name?
Billie Eilish. I only said that because she's hot.
It's hard to see past.
I don't even know what the song is.
Well, you know she's like a big lesbian.
She's got some big ass titties.
Big ass lesbian. I'm Just Ken is the next one involved. I don't know if she's
actually a lesbian or she just kind of.
It's just popular. It's cool.
Stuff to sell more records.
Which is cool, yeah. Yeah. This is the betting results of last year. Best picture was the negative. I mean, look at these negative picks that won. There's only one plus bet that won last year. Look at that. Pretty bad. And this was kind of a little bit of a shock that Jamie Lee Curtis win. But best picture, Everything Everywhere All at Once was a negative 2,000 last year. These ain't good odds for us bettors here. Daniel Kwan was a negative 2,000. Brendan Fraser was a negative 278. That's not that bad. Best Actress Michelle Yeoh was a negative 250. That ain't that bad of a pick either. This one was so obvious. Data from Goonies. Is it Data from Star Trek. So I don't know.
I don't know. Is it Data or Data?
It depends. I know Data is the Star Trek guy. I never heard him being called Data. But I don't know. Is the Goonies guy Data or Data? I don't know.
I feel like
I'm not a big Goonies fan. I think Goonies kind of sucks.
And Data is past.
I never, as a kid, I never really liked Goonies. I know everyone did. It didn't really hit me that much. Thought there was like better, funner kids movies at the time. I don't know. Never really like struck me that like, oh, it's so great. Give me like a Corey Feldman Lost Boys. I like that a little better. Some Lost Boys, some even what's his name? Like a Stand By Me. I like a little better. I don't know. Goonies never did it for me. I don't know. I thought there was better kids movies. Best Supporting Actress, Jamie Lee Curtis, plus 110. That's probably the best bet of last year. Hopefully we get some more like dark horses. Look at this. We had no dark horses last year. I want some dark horses.
Well,
right?
I felt like we thought the Everything All at Once stuff was the dark horse, even though it ended up winning every single fucking thing.
I mean, I know our dark horses last year were like Spielberg.
Hopefully no one listened to our
yeah, no one bet on our
recommendations last year because he would have won nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I won anything. We had Spielberg winning. We had what's his name winning? We had John Williams winning, which maybe John Williams this year. By the way, that's
we pick like all this like safe, boring shit, and none of it hit.
No, I think we picked weird shit. That was our problem. We didn't pick the safe shit.
If we picked weird shit, then we would have had Everything All at Once a bunch of times.
No, but look at this. Look at the odds for everything. No, we didn't pick everything because we didn't like the odds. It was negative 2,000. We're like, we'll pick fucking like the director. Look at this. We picked Spielberg over this because this was negative 2,000. We picked Spielberg for like a plus fucking 300. You know, because at least you'd get some money back. I didn't think these fucking Daniels would win. These two Daniels. What are they going to do next? These two Daniels. Suck each other off or something? I don't know. Michelle Yeoh watches? I don't know. Brendan Fraser's there. Knew he was going to win. Eating fucking capicola with a fucking pizza on top of a pizza. The best scene in the movie, the funniest scene I've seen of last year was The Whale. Might have been like the funniest movie I saw the past 2 years.
You mean the part where he's trying to kill himself and eating like pieces he just well, you know what triggers?
Yeah, it was the funniest thing. It's like I was laughing. I wasn't like feeling like dramatic or sad.
Is there's this guy that's been delivering him his pizza orders.
Yeah, he's like terrified when he sees him.
And then he sees him. He sees him come out of the house, and he's like disgusted by how he looks. So. And then he takes the pizza he just ordered, puts his like a bunch of cold cuts and like weird meat he had in the fridge, and then squirts like ranch dressing and all kinds of stuff all on it, and just makes like this
nice
taco of food in his mouth.
I did like how they're showcasing how gross ranch is, because ranch is fucking gross.
Also, do you remember the sequence in The Whale where he's got the like extra large Baby Ruth in the kitchen drawer, and he's like fighting eating it, and then when he breaks down, he takes the entire candy bar and just shoves it into his mouth?
I don't remember that part, but
you don't remember in the kitchen he had like a drawer full of candy bars and snacks?
The Baby Ruth's not a bad candy bar though. Not a bad candy bar.
Well,
it's an underrated candy bar.
But I mean, when you abuse it like that.
I had a coworker bring in all these Cadbury candy bars that we don't have in America.
That have caramel. That's another thing.
No, there's like this whole other shit,
caramel or caramel?
It's caramel. It's not caramel. That's.
I've heard it pronounced.
Yeah, there's two A's, so it's caramel.
Caramel.
Caramel is without an
caramel.
A. It's caramel. That doesn't make any sense. It don't make any sense, man. But yeah, this guy brought all these. Here, let me stop. Here you go. Let me show you what he brought. He brought all these like little Cadbury things that they have over in like Ireland and the UK, and they have these things called Twirl, and they were all like kind of interesting. Double decker.
There's a lot of purple.
That's Cadbury for you. That's their brand. But I don't know. The cream egg is the only one I think we know. We know the cream eggs
and ham.
But they had like some interesting, like this double decker. Looked kind of cool. I don't know what it is. I know remember we were talking about Canadian shit? Like they had all these Aero bars and all that shit. Like they have a lot of shit that we don't have. We get the trash shit, man. We have these like if you look at candy bars today, they don't even have to be chocolate. It has to be like it's essentially it's a chocolate based product. A cocoa based product, which means it's like more confectionery than it is chocolate. It's not really chocolate. Like, there's no chocolate in any of our stuff anymore. It's just sugar with like chocolate flavoring. So that's what we have in America. That sounds about right. They're not going to actually give us any like real chocolate. It's got to be like fake shit. That's the day and age we live in. But again, man, if you didn't have that and you had the real chocolate, we'd all be in Cho jeans.
Bullshit artist.
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 Bullshit
Bullshit
artist.
artist.
Bullshit artist.
You, sir, are a horseshit artist.
I call bullshit on that.
Bullshit artist.
Brilliant. Brilliant words. Brilliant words from people in pink sweaters. All right. Can't ask for more. This looks like, by the way, this one character here, right at the bottom of the image here. It looks like Bran from Game of Thrones. I kept thinking that. Is that Bran from Game of Thrones? He's got like kind of like
that, like bowl cut shit.
He's got a bowl cut. He kind of always had like that like fur coat. I kept thinking that. I was like, is that Bran?
You know, reminds me of that motherfucker from Stranger Things, and that
Ghostbusters. Will Byers.
They got the same like bowl cut mullet type of shit going on.
Did you ever have bowl cut?
No, but I had a rat tail when I was like really young.
Well, I thought you still had a rat tail.
Maybe. I mean, it's hard to see the back of your head, you know?
Hey, like, man, you get a good rat tail going
right now and not even know it.
Ain't nothing wrong with a good rat tail these days.
Well, if you got like a real rat tail, you'll know it because it's like way past your.
Oh yeah, man! I've only dreamed of a good rat tail these days. That's like something you get to pine over. And I mean, like you get a good rat tail. It's like, you know.
Yeah, I wonder if they make like clip-on rat tails where you can put it on the back of your existing hair, like a tie.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit more integrity to a rat tail. I don't know. That's like a I don't know. That's like a high class.
I think integrity.
Right.
Actually, I think dedication, because you gotta purposely grow that shit out. It doesn't happen by accident.
Oh no, not at all, man. That's there's effort involved,
and forethought and planning. Foresight.
Right. Foreskin and foresight involved. I'd only hope too, you know.
Are you gonna put any actual bets down?
I think I kind of do like some of these bets. I think I like what was it? If I could parlay, I would. I gotta see if I could parlay. I would parlay some of these things that like the holdovers girl with kind of like the, you know, it's funny the what is it, the Killers of Flower Moon supporting actress is a plus money right there. I'm surprised.
She's a plus something. Plus size model.
Oh, I see what you did there.
This is why SI is fucking done.
I see what you did.
Yeah, Sports Illustrated, it seems like they're so over budget on their staffing that they're gonna just kill pretty much every project they have and just get bought out and possibly just end. It's kind of fucked up because to me that's like
this kind of time though, man. Magazines don't really exist anymore. But I kind of get it. You know, like they're just kind of done. Magazines are just kind of done.
But I thought there was at least some version of their stuff digitally that people were still involved. You know.
Yeah, I think so.
Like an ebook or something.
No, like an ebook.
Yeah, like instead of reading it, you get a digital version with the option to like have it narrated or something.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I mean, I get it. Although it's just like, I mean, hearing all that stuff about, I'm not surprised at any of that thing going on with fucking Sports Illustrated. It's like I'm not surprised how like they're like, if you look at all the people that are on it.
I mean, Disney showed the template.
I mean, I know like Kim Petras is one of the cover models, and I think that's a trans person. So it's like, I get it.
Well,
they're going there. Like, why would you think these people, like, if you're trying to appeal to the Maxim magazine audience, you know, like the people, like the dumb fucking jerk off kids that want to jerk.
One of the main people from that show Euphoria is trans, and a lot of people, based on like comments of posts I've seen, did not realize that it was a man. They were like completely fooled. So
I guess her name is Hunter Schafer.
Some of these trans are done really well, and also sometimes they're like that Jamie Lee Curtis thing where it's like you could have been one or the other, and you got like predisposition or picked out for what you were at birth, but you're still like kind of a hermaphrodite.
I mean, there was what is it? I Think You Should Leave. There's a girl in there that's trans that I didn't realize was. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've only seen clips. I've never actually watched like a full episode of any of it.
Oh man, you should. I mean, they're like 15-minute fucking.
15.
They're nothing. Yeah, they're like 15 minutes.
Like Tim and Eric length.
I mean, this lady here is trans. I'll show you her. I didn't think she was. But this is a funny clip too, so that's also part of why I want to show it. It's I mean, we'll probably get taken off right here, but we'll see.
Knows or has heard, as she puts herself, about him.
Let me get to the part. Oh, that's a great bit. It's funny. I didn't know that lady was trans. She doesn't look it.
Well, it seems like everyone in the classroom is trans too.
Yeah, it's funny. As soon as I talked about, I thought about that. I was like, that girl who's the one who's saying like, what is her job? She looked trans, but obviously a girl. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's something where you can kind of tell when you really start to look at it. Like, she's a trans person that's trying to be more male, but is like female, right? Like, Am I wrong? I don't know.
You
don't want to touch that
paradox inside of the enigma within a riddle.
Yeah, you don't want to touch that these days. Man, I don't blame anyone for that.
Yeah, that's why fucking Captain Marvel's didn't get brought up at all.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess that is they try to avoid it, man. That's the thing.
No,
but,
to be critical of that stuff, you're just asking for too much possible backlash and trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, it's stupid too because that was definitely like I had to say that was fucking bad. Like it was up there for some of the worst shit there. But yeah, we're that's about it for tonight, man. We're at twitter.com. Yeah,
I
Wizard
thought we were
_
gonna do just Razzies or Oscars. We got both.
Yeah, we got them both in. I wanted to kind of go through the nominations. We'll probably revisit things here. We'll definitely do our Oscar
the betting market too.
Yeah, we'll talk about. Remember how we did our whole betting thing like last year? That was like the weekend of.
Yeah, that's like a whole separate thing.
Yeah, that's a separate thing. That's probably
and
the
those
next time
lines change constantly. It's hard to really get a firm grasp of what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, although I kind of think this year is pretty clear. I think a lot of I was noticing. I was like, yeah, there's some pretty big advantages here. Hopefully a dark horse wins. I guess that's what we'll talk about. The dark horse bets are really all I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, because those are the profitable ones.
I mean, on negative 2,000 for Nolan, like I'm not gonna bet on that.
Well, I don't want that fucking slimy douche to win anyway.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll see you, dude. Everybody else, check us out on Wizard_Shack. We are everywhere you can find us on podcasts, and we'll make your day a little bit more miserable. So until then, see you guys.